about 2 weeks ago. It's funny actually. My mom is the one that found him, so she was at bingo, and there was a giant tree to where he fell out, and so she called me because growing up my entire life, I've always been an animal rescuer. I've had some crazy pets in my life, and that's just what I love. Before fighting, I worked at a bird sanctuary, and I wanted to be a vet, so that was just my passion. So she found him. She called me. She said he looks sick. He doesn't look good. His eyes were still closed. He's just very dehydrated. And she did her part. She did wait to see if maybe the mom would come grab him. I kind of did my research, and they said after a couple hours, if the mom doesn't grab them, they don't sense them anymore. So they kind of just leave them, or something could have happened to her. So after that, my mom called me and said, "Hey, do you want him?" And I said, I don't really have time to be, feeding a baby and all this stuff. And I said, find some rescues, and they couldn't take him. So I said, okay, I can't say no. So I kind of took him in, and I fell in love with him. He's awesome. So I've been hand feeding him 4 or 5 times a day, and he's growing big and fat. And the kids here, they love him, and he's starting to get used to people a lot. So we got a jiu-jitsu squirrel now. I went up to Massachusetts, and something that no one's ever really seen before. I had my hand raised, and I was given the fight as a split decision. I walked out of the ring. I went to see the doctor to get cleared, and then I got called back into the ring to say that the judges lost a card. They got it wrong. It was supposed to be her. Besides the fact that we actually waited about 15 minutes for the first decision, something I've never taken so long for a decision in my life, about 15 minutes. And you can see the full video. It's just craziness. So waited 15 minutes for the decision. I got the decision. Everybody around me looked pretty mad, but I knew I won the fight. I'm not saying I'm the best fighter in the world. Obviously, it was my boxing debut. Apparently, she is a Golden Gloves boxer, whatever. That's cool. But I knew I won the fight. If you see our faces, her face was purple and mine was brand new. I didn't have a bump, mark, nothing on me. So I had my hand raised, and then had to literally walk back in there to have my hand back down. So for me, something very fishy happened. And I just, again, judges, you can't lose a card. You can't go missing and say all that kind of stuff. So we're kind of researching that right now. The doctor called and said, okay, let's go. Let's get you checked out so you can go back in, because I was fine, but I had to sign the paper. And then I saw, her coach and herself at the table, and they were talking to the judges, and just, again, everything was just weird. And that the entire card, the hometown did end up winning. That's, again, something I've never seen before too. I guess it's quite incredible. Whole hometown can win. So I drove 22 hours to be there, or yeah, or 19 hours from Florida to Massachusetts. I had just fought a couple weeks ago. I said if you would have hit me in the face, my face should be destroyed, because I just had a black eye from my MMA fight with one of Derek Brunson's girls. So I was like, if you would have hit me, I know, I knew what I did, and I knew I won that fight. And I just, at this point, I'm not willing to let somebody take something away from me if I deserved it and I earned it and I worked hard for it. If I lost that, I would know, and I have no problem saying that, because I definitely lost. So where I'm just gonna fight this till the end, until they tell me, stop. Yeah, I do have my next show. I had it booked, ready to go, and of course, all of this literally happened. I just fought a couple weeks, my boxing debut, and I had already started working on my next show with M1 Global. Obviously, right now they are up in the air as to when their show can be. It was supposed to be in May, and none of us can really plan for anything right now. So I have my matchup. I have everything to go. So right now, I'm just literally waiting on whenever the states say, okay, let's go. This is allowed. That one was supposed to be in Tennessee. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon with how upstate is going. So I'm just staying prepared as much as possible. I told everybody this is a year I want to fight a lot, because my past couple of years I have not been getting the opportunities that I want to fight. I was stuck with King of the Cage at the time, and I wasn't getting enough fights. I was only getting one a year. And for me, I need to stay active. I can't get the whole ring rust, and I need to go. And I'm 28 now. I'm in my prime, so I just told everybody, just keep me as active as possible. That's why I did the boxing, the MMA earlier this year. So, like I said, just waiting for M1 Global to get their stuff going, and I'll be in there.